I hereby declare the second Winter OlympicsAthon open. And this is the moment where I'm supposed to light a candle, but last time I did this I almost set my bookcase on fire, so let's not. Hi friends and welcome to a Readathon announcement. Who would have thought? Not me. I honestly had not planned to host a Readathon in the near future. But I got reminded about the OlympicsAthon and realized that, oh wait, it's a Olympic year. We're having the Winter Olympics in February. And I had just started to reflect on my goals for 2026 and realized that the OlympicsAthon is actually a great way for me to work on those goals. Because a lot about the OlympicsAthon is about broadening your horizons, encouraging you to read books from different nations, continents, translated books, books with disability representation. So I thought that, hey, let's host this. Let's host this low-key. Let's get back into the groove of doing a readathon. I haven't even participated in a readathon for ages, it feels like. So I'm just as surprised as you are to see me in this video. The Winter OlympicsAthon is happening, which is a readathon inspired by the Olympic Games, in which you will be able to sign up to represent a country, and there will be main prompts and also bonus prompts, and if you complete those prompts you will earn points to your country, and then the country with the most points earned will be the winner of this readathon. I'm gonna link a sign-up sheet where you can sign up for this readathon. You can choose whatever country you feel like. Doesn't need to be a country you lived in or where you are from or born or whatever. Choose whatever feels good to you. The main thing with the OlympicsAthon is I hope you will make attempts to widen your horizons, but you can honestly choose to do this readathon at whatever difficulty you prefer. We have 5 main prompts and then we have 2 bonus prompts, and these bonus prompts are a bit trickier to achieve. You can complete the entire readathon within 5 books, but that's gonna require quite a bit of planning. So it's also like what sort of level you want this on, how comfortable you want to be. The readathon is taking place between the 4th of February until the 22nd of February, the same time as the Winter Olympics are happening. Yes, the opening ceremony isn't until the 6th, but technically some events are actually starting on the 4th already, so in order for us to have a bit more time to read, we're also starting on the 4th. Some simple rules before we get to the actual prompts. You're earning 50 points for every main prompt, 100 points for every bonus prompt fully completed. You can get a maximum of 450 points. There will be a tracking form where you will be able to track all of your reads, and I will do all of the calculations, or the Google Sheets will be doing all of the calculations, and then by the end of this readathon I will announce the results. You are not allowed to double up on main prompts, meaning that you can't read the same book for 2 or more main prompts. You can only use 1 book for 1 main prompt. But you are allowed to double up between main prompts and bonus prompts, meaning that the books you are reading for the main prompts can also count for the bonus prompts. I hope that is making sense. It's gonna make even more sense once I explain the prompts. For the cover-specific challenge, alternative covers count. I don't know which edition of the book you're reading. If the edition you're reading has one sort of cover, but the book has other editions where the cover is looking differently, and those covers work for the cover prompt, that is fine. I'm not gonna judge that. Don't you worry. Also, any sort of book counts. Novels, novellas, poetry, graphic novels, manga, comics, prose, verse. If it's a book, it counts. Simple as that. I feel like those are all of the main rules. If you're putting in a book and you think it counts, I'm not gonna fact check it. I will just trust you and your judgment as you put in your books into the tracking sheet. Also, if you just want to get inspired by these prompts but don't really care about participating in the readathon, that is fine as well. You can do this in a very low-key way if you prefer. So no need to actually sign up and track your reads unless you really want to and want to be part of the competition and such. Feel free to just get inspired by these prompts and this readathon instead. If you have any further questions, feel free to just ask me in the comments or on the Discord. We do have a Discord, I will link it. I'm no longer really using Twitter or X, so I'm not active there anymore. You're not gonna be able to keep up there, but go on the Discord or on my YouTube channel. Let's stop blabbering and let's talk about the prompts. So let's start with the main prompts. If you have participated before, you will recognize these prompts. My thought is, why fix something that isn't broken? I still really like these prompts, so let's go with them. The first prompt is winter. Read a book with a winter setting. Up to you how you wish to interpret that, but a book with a winter setting because of course it's the Winter Olympics. Simple as that. The second prompt is sports. Read a book featuring sports. Any sort of sport, and yes, fantasy sports counts. So if it's like a made-up sport that doesn't exist in our world, that's fine as well. The third prompt is flag. Read a book with the 5 colors of the Olympic rings on its cover. That means you need to find a cover where we have the colors red, blue, black, green and yellow on the cover. The text counts, outlines counts, like everything on the cover counts. You just need to find those 5 colors, and yes, various shades and whatever is fine as well. And here's also where I'm saying that alternative covers are okay. Perhaps your edition of a book has a different cover that doesn't have 5 colors on it, but another edition of the same book has it. That is fine, okay? Fourth prompt is host. Read a book that relates to the host country of the Olympics. This year it's Italy. The Olympic Games is happening in Milano and Cortina, so you need to read a book that somehow relates to Italy. It can be that it was written by an Italian author, it can be that it takes place in Italy, perhaps the characters travel there, perhaps they are from there, perhaps there's an Italian word in the title. It doesn't need to be like hardcore Italian book, once again, do with it what you want, but the book needs to somehow relate to Italy. And then the final prompt is Paralympics, because of course, following the Olympics, there's the Paralympics for people with disabilities. So to honor that, the fifth prompt is to read a book with disability representation. And those are the main prompts. And if you want to end it there, you completely can. But if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, if you want to add another level of difficulty to this readathon, then you should stick around for the bonus prompts that I'm gonna talk about now. There's 2 bonus prompts. The first one is 5 translated books. So in order to achieve the points for these prompts, you need to read 5 translated books. Some people are gonna have an easier time with this, depending on what languages you know, what's available to you, where you are, things like that. For example, I'm Swedish. My first language is Swedish. I could theoretically read any book written in English translated to Swedish, and this would count. I could also read a Swedish book that had been translated to English and read that, and that would count because I would read the translated edition of the book. But you can also take it further to like read books translated from languages you don't know. And here's also where you're able to make the planning of your TBR a bit more tricky, because theoretically you could complete all of the 5 main prompts and also this prompt of reading 5 translated books. Because you need to read 5 translated books, and it could be all of your main prompt books. If you're not able to, you can read any translated book. You don't need to have read it for a main prompt. The general idea is, in order to have officially completed this prompt, you need to have read 5 translated books within this time period. The second bonus prompt is 5 continents, meaning that you need to read 5 books that somehow relates to 5 different continents. You have 6 options for this. You have Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, North America and South America. So you actually have 6 options, you only need to do 5 of those. It's tricky enough. If you're extremely good at planning your TBR, you could complete this prompt as well within 5 books. You could complete all of the prompts, the 5 main prompts and the 2 bonus prompts with 5 books. But like I know for me, I've never been able to do that. I might need more books to represent multiple continents or to be translated or whatever in order to achieve this. But yeah, 5 books somehow relating to 5 different continents. Once again, can be that the author is from that continent, that the book takes place in that continent, the characters travel there, it's written in a language that is spoken at that continent. It's up to you really how to interpret this, but yeah, 5 books, 5 continents. And those are all of the prompts. I hope it's making sense. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. The aim is to encourage you to challenge yourself a bit, perhaps read a bit outside of your comfort zone, but if you don't feel up for that, you can just go with like a sport romance, write that off, a cozy winter mystery, check that off. Like, you don't need to make it tricky. I'm gonna make an attempt to aim to read some translated books, but I also have some books I want to tick off my TBR, so I'm gonna do a combination. I will make a video talking about my TBR for the Readathon. I'm very excited about it actually. I'm excited to read some translated books. That's like the one thing I've been missing. I feel like I've forgotten about translated books, and this is the perfect excuse for me to read those. So I'm very, very, very excited about that actually. You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Discord. I don't know if I'm gonna host any live shows or anything like that. Maybe? If you really, let me know if you want that. I don't know, I haven't hosted a live show in years either, so I would probably feel awkward, but also I remember those being really cozy. So I don't know really. Let me know if you want that. You will find some graphics and more information about the prompts on the Discord. Feel free to make a TBR of your own. Please tag me somehow or write to me or something. I would love to see any possible TBRs for the OlympicsAthon. And yeah, you can share your TBR on Discord as well. I'm very excited about this. More excited than I thought I would be. And it feels a bit nostalgic to be here, but I'm very glad. So I hope you will participate 4th of February until the 22nd and have fun with it, okay? Let me know if you will participate, let me know if you're excited, and yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!